this week's the 25th anniversary of the inauguration of the local ecumenical partnership that is Wade Street Church. Originally it was a United Reformed Church, and in 1994 we joined together with the Baptists to create the local ecumenical partnership. And at the time, the Dean of Lichfield was Tom Wright, and we asked him if he'd come down and preach at that inaugural service, which he was happy to do. Emailed him and asked him if he'd be prepared to come back and preach at the anniversary service, which he was, for which we're very grateful. And then I'm also part of the Speakers Corner committee here in Lichfield, and someone on that committee got wind of the fact that Tom was coming and said, would he be prepared to do something in the morning?
It's lovely to be back in Lichfield and see the familiar sights, and indeed meet some familiar faces that I haven't seen for 20 years. But they asked me to talk about something about the Christianity and the faith in Christianity in tomorrow's Britain. And so I've been talking a bit about the vision that I see in the Gospels, and then coming forward into our own day, of who Jesus actually was and what he meant by the kingdom of God, the idea of God being in charge, and the challenge to realize this is actually a somewhat different God from what people were expecting then and what people expect now. So to have the meaning of the word God as well as the meaning of the word kingdom redefined around Jesus and the Spirit seems to me as relevant today as it's ever been. So that was it.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now there may be some people who've got questions or wants to ask a question.
For me, the most interesting was the one from somebody who began by professing he was an atheist, fine, okay, and was basically saying Christianity is dwindling and is out of the door. And actually, there are forms of Christianity which seem to be decaying, although surprisingly they have more staying power than you'd think. And actually, the newer free churches are full at the moment and are doing a great job. And I see all sorts of signs of renewal. And this is not by people who are ignoring the modern world or science or whatever. It's often by people who are right at the cutting edge of some of that and are saying that we need a fresh integration of faith and intellectual and public life. And I find that hugely encouraging.